Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Sunday night edition of the Wise Up Show here, June 9th, 2024, on this beautiful evening here in northern New Jersey, in Nutley, New Jersey, in the town that I reside in. We had a great weekend weather-wise. I hope you guys had some nice weather. And here in northern New Jersey, we have a fantastic week ahead of us. I mean, we have sunshine every day in the high 70s and low 80s, and it's going to be a gorgeous week. So wherever you are, I hope you all have good weather. But we certainly are. So let me say hello to who's in the chat. You got Emmanuel. Hi, Emmanuel. How are you? You got Gianni and Billy, and anybody else who is, I'm sorry about the sound. YouTube was started to block me, and then I don't know what happened. Let me tell you something. I get a copyright, not a strike, on every show that I do, every single show, and I have done nothing to correct them because I don't care. I really don't. Every show that I have is not struck, but I have a copyright infringement on me. That's just the way it is. And like I said, I don't do anything. I don't do anything to rectify it. Just leave it alone, because I'm monetized, but who cares? Who cares? Anyway, let me fix up my my screen here. And Bill, at high 70s, yeah, high 70s, low 80s, sunshine every day. We've been pretty lucky so far here in northern New Jersey. We have all kinds of weather. So if you live in northern New Jersey, I mean, you could live anywhere in the United States because we have a little bit of everything. The weather is so unpredictable here, but it's always nice when it's sunny out. You wake up, you open up your eyes, the sun is shining, you hear early in the morning, you hear the birds. It's a beautiful thing, beautiful thing. I don't know why, Johnny's saying to me, it's just the music. Why do they have to break balls? That's YouTube. I mean, that's just the way they are. There's nothing you can do about it. They got a hold on everything, and I'm telling you, every one of my shows, maybe except for 2 or 3 of them, all have copyrights on them because of the music they use, and I don't care. I'm not, I'm not looking to make any money here on YouTube, or like some people are. So I really don't do anything about it to rectify it. I just let it go. I don't care. Okay. So I was going to do some current events, but I decided not to and just go right into the show. Show me the proof. What does that mean? Show me the proof. You got to show people the proof if you're going to say something, okay? Now, this happens in everyday life. On YouTube, and maybe more so on YouTube, I think. I'm just speculating. I'm not sure. And off of YouTube. It's just funny because I went out last night, and not a friend, but an acquaintance came up to me, and I'm standing at the bar. And here's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. And they said to me, hey, did you hear that Frank was at a motel with Mary? And I just looked at him and I said, what? He said, yeah, Frank was at a hotel with Mary. Now, Mary's married, right? So I looked at him and I said, first of all, I said to myself, who gives a crap? Because it doesn't have anything to do with me. If it doesn't have anything to do with me, I don't want to hear it, I am, Gianni. I am feeling better. I am. That's why I'm doing the show. So I said to him, were you there? Were you there? Were you at the hotel? Were you outside the hotel? Did you see them walk into the hotel together? Where did you hear this from? Well, somebody told me. Well, somebody told you. So that's hearsay. So who knows if that somebody is telling you a story, is telling you the story that's the truth, and telling the story if it's the correct way of the story being told. And you're not exaggerating and putting extra things in there. You weren't there. Show me the proof that you were there. You know what? The funny thing is that a lot of people, and I'm not saying all, but a lot of people are ignorant in the fact that they believe things and they take it for face value. So if somebody else was told what this guy told me, that person might believe that guy. Me, I don't care because I don't get involved in it. Like I said, if it doesn't concern me, I don't get involved in it. Rumors. That's right, Johnny. That's how rumors start. You know what? Gossip is a big thing. Gossip is some people love to gossip. And gossip has been around for many years and it's not going to go away. Do you ever hear the expression misery loves company? Some people just love to gossip and they love to start up trouble. Here, I'll take an example on YouTube. Now on YouTube, you know this, that and I'll use the word content creators, some content creators will talk about other content creators and put them down and defame them and say all kinds of nasty things. But where is your proof? Where's your proof? And those listeners that are in the chat, a lot of them, and I'm not saying all, take what's being said for face value and spread the word, so forth and so on YouTube, which is the wrong thing to do. It doesn't say very much about your character, does it? Because if people are coming to you and telling you different things about other people, they're certainly going to talk about you as well. What makes you think that they're not? Show me the proof. I want to see proof. I don't take things for face value. I base my own opinion on a person myself. And I've always been that way. And that's what you should do. I mean, I can't tell you what to do and what not to do, but it's something to think about, And, I fell into that trap years ago at 1 or 2 times, and then I stopped it. Let me just see. Hold on a second. Hi, Emmanuel. I didn't think I said hello to you. How are you, buddy? Gina, how are you? You like that song, Gina, huh? Hold on a second, guys. Gina, I recorded that song actually in the studio 2 years ago. So it's on my Ralph Mucci and his music channel. And thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that. But I sang that song 2 years ago, and it's on my channel. And I only sang it once. And the one time I did sing it is what you saw. But thank you. Hello, Teresa. How are you, hon? How's Charlie? How's Ryan? How's your husband? How's everything? How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well. So anyway, getting back to what I was saying, and I forgot what I was saying. These days, I forget. This ever happened to you? I forget why I walked in the room. Why did I walk in this room? I forgot. I'm sure that happens to some of you. Like, why did I walk in this room? Where's my keys? My keys. I'm looking all over for my keys. They're right on my pants. Where's my glasses? Where the hell's my glasses? Here they are, right on top of my friggin' head. But I'm losing it anyway. This medication that the doctor has me on is like making me whack out. But anyway, I would say that this happens more so on YouTube amongst content creators talking about other content creators, bashing them, harassing them, defaming them, and then you got to say to yourself, what are these people? Don't they have any creativity that they can't do a show without talking about somebody, making up lies, right? Making up lies, all drama, and you've got some people that love that. Where is the proof? Where is the proof? Show me concrete proof. And it should always be that way. Never take anything for face value. Listen, like I said, I can't tell you what to do and what not to do. You have to make your own decision and form your own opinion about an individual and see if it's true or not. Even if you want to waste your time looking into it and seeing if these things really truly did happen, why would you even waste your time? It has nothing to do with you. But some people are like that. Crummel's here? Hello, Crummel. How are you, buddy? Let me just read the chat real quick. Crummel's here. Try my... Yeah, Gianni's saying that sadly some folks thrive in the drama, and they do. Some folks love it. Some folks love it. They They love it. What can I say? They love it. I mean, it's kind of sick, but I mean, do you really want to go into a show where there's always like yelling and screaming and cursing and people badgering one another? Some people do. Some people enjoy that, unfortunately. Like, that's the people that misery loves company. I don't find that to be a form of entertainment. I never did. You know, on my show, I said this last week on my show, I've been very lucky. I mean, the listeners that I have who have come into my show have been very respectful to me and toward other listeners, which I'm blessed. You know, I kind of inherited a lot of my listeners from, I have to say, from Tommy Stiggs, really. So I'm very, very lucky. So not to say that I'm not going to have somebody come in and wreak havoc in my chat, you know, because that's always possible too. So, but so far I've been very, very lucky, and I really haven't, and I never would disrespect any of my listeners or disrespect really another content creator. I always say that if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all, unless somebody did something to me that's really, really nasty or not nice. Then maybe I might retaliate a bit. You know, that's human nature. But is Patty Dealer here? Where's Patty? Hello, Patty Dealer. Where are you, hon? Oh, there she is. She just arrived. Okay. So you understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? This kind of thing happens every day in life on YouTube and off YouTube. And, you know, we're supposed to be mature adults, right? Obviously, some of us are not. The way that they act here on YouTube, that's a perfect example, right? Some of the content creators and some of the listeners, we're all supposed to be mature adults. But, you know, it happens off of YouTube as well. So what does that say about the person who is saying something that negative about somebody else? You know, like, who cares? Who cares, really? And there's a lot worse things that are said about individuals, other than Mary was seen walking into a hotel with what did I say? What did I use? Named by Frank. There's a lot worse than that. You know, so if they want to fool around, that's fine. That's their business. Hold on a second, guys. Yeah, I did, Patty. Yeah. Listen, I said his name, but I said his name because it's true. A lot of my listeners, including yourself, I was inherited from Tommy Stiggs. You know, that's no secret. You know, when I first started, Poopy Pants Biden. You want to get into politics with that guy? Oh my God, I don't want to get into politics. Let me tell you something. I strongly believe, I'll talk about politics real quick. I strongly believe that Trump is going to win the presidency. You know, I've been watching him on TV. I've been watching his rallies. You know, he collected $140 million so far since his conviction. Now, these people are donating $5, $10, $20. $140 million he collected already for his campaign. His popularity has shot up all the way up. Biden continues to be, I don't want YouTube to take my show down, but the other guy, Poopy Pants, like Patty says, I mean, he's just not with it. He is just not there. He has destroyed this country in 2 years. 2 years. He really has. He's the worst president that we ever had. But going back to what I just said, though, I don't know if he's going to be convicted. I can speculate. I mean, anybody knows what's going to happen. It's anybody's guess. I don't think he's going to do any jail time. The Democrats hate him. They absolutely hate him. You know, New Jersey is a very Democratic state, and so is New York. So I would be very surprised if he won these two states. But the Democrats are doing everything for him not to win. But I still believe he's going to win. And I'm sure some of you believe that as well. It's like I said, as far as conviction, I have no idea what's going to happen. It's going to happen this month, and who knows? Patty's saying, you know what, Patty? The thing is, because of what happened on the last election, they're going to watch very, very closely this election because they're already aware of what happened last election. So they're going to really scrutinize this election. And who knows what might happen. But I can tell you for sure that they are going to scrutinize this election because of what happened the last time. He got railroaded. This guy, they never left this guy alone since day one. The news media always badgered him from day one. When he took the presidency, that was it. The news media had a field day with him. They never really had anything nice to say about him. But yet he did display results. He did. And then the first day that Biden came into office, he started to undo everything that he did. He opened up the borders, and he shut down the gas line, which Trump had opened up, and Trump did with the border. So he's not competent. He's not cognizant. He stumbles on his words. He doesn't know in what direction to get off the stage when he's done with his speech. He reads the teleprompter. He says pause, which is part of the words that are in the teleprompter. Pause means to stop talking. You don't say the word pause out loud. He's just an idiot, a pure idiot. What are you saying, Johnny? They know they done. Well, Gianni, that's possible. Anything is possible. And Patty's saying they should have been nicer to the people, to the government of Florida. Trump is Trump. Listen, I'll say this about Trump. He is not very tactful. He's rough around the edges. He says what's on his mind. He's really not a politician, but he is a businessman, and a very good businessman, and very good at negotiating. That is a strong point. And that's the kind of person that we need in our corner, who can negotiate for us because it's to our benefit. And he doesn't like to lose. I've said this many times. He doesn't like to lose. He likes to win. So that's another plus for us. But as far as his speaking, his demeanor, he tells it like it is. And a lot of people are not used to that, not used to a president being that way. And he's straightforward. It is what it is, and that he is what it is. He is what he is. And I don't think he's going to change. So, yeah, DeSantis. Yep. Yeah, very good. Yeah, it's always good to see Patricia in the chat. She always draws a few zingers. She brightens things up a bit. But I don't want to get too heavy into politics, but that's just my opinion. That's my opinion. We have to wait and see November. What is it, November 6th, 7th, something like that, or 8th? I don't know. But who knows? Anything can happen from now until then. How many months is that? This is what, June? September. It's only 5 months away. 5 months will fly right by. So, but getting back to the main title, it was just something that I thought about. I'm going to try to do shows of things that happen in everyday life to us. And this is something that happens maybe not to us every day, but maybe you've experienced what I mentioned, once in your lifetime. I've experienced it more than once, a couple of times, and I just don't, and I always say this, and I said this in last week's show. My friend said to me, "What do you live under a rock?" And it's because I don't get involved with that. I don't want, listen, I said this last week's show. I got too many other things to worry about than to worry about if Frank is screwing Mary. It doesn't concern me. Who gives a shit? Sorry for cursing, but really, who cares? Who cares? Oh, what am I going to say? Oh, there goes Frank. There goes Frank and Mary. They're going to a hotel. Come on. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And it's usually, generally, not all the time, but generally in a club or a bar situation. Not all the time, but generally. So, I mean, like I said, some people like to get into that. Some people love gossip. Some people love drama. Some people thrive on drama. That's why they go into these shows. I said this a long time ago on one of my shows. If you work, some of you are retired, but if you work 8 hours a day and you're working hard, right? And you come home and you're exhausted, and rather than watching TV, you go on YouTube. Do you really want to hear a show where people are arguing, badgering one another, talking bad about one another, harassing one another, all these people yelling back and forth? Do you really want to go into a show like that? Or do you want to go into a nice, peaceful, calm show? Me, I like to go into a nice, peaceful, calm show. If I went into that show, I'd say, oh, I don't need this shit. I don't, who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Like I said, don't these people have any creativity that they got to talk about other content creators? What kind of show would they have if they didn't talk about other people? And it goes on all the time. Just like, I don't watch any of those shows. I don't watch anything that's mob related or anything like that. The only show I watch once in a while is Joey Merlino. I enjoy his show. I think he's funny. He's funny and he doesn't even know it. Him and Snuff get along well. They have a great chemistry. He's got a lot of great stories. It's just fun to listen to him. I can relate to a lot of his stories, so that's another reason too. So he's really the only show, and he's not a mob genre show. He's not any kind of a genre show. People say he's a mob genre, He's not. He's not. The only kind of mob shows I like are off of TV. They would be like the old mobster shows, like the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, or Angels with Dirty Faces, or Each Dawn I Die. Those kind of movies. That's the only kind of mobster movies that I really like. But as far as the new stuff, like Sammy Gravano and all the friggin' guys, I could care less. I could care less. That's why, and I know some of you go in those shows, and that's okay. I don't put you down for going into those shows. That's your prerogative, And then you also listen to me and other content creators. There's nothing wrong with that, And I'm not saying that's wrong or right. That's like I said, that's your prerogative. But for me, no, I don't go in those shows. I only listen to a few shows when I am in fact on YouTube. Because lately I've been off of YouTube and been preoccupied with health issues. So, Mary is a button. Mary. I just got that, Patty. Mary is a Bhutan. Yeah, I guess she is. She's married. Oh my God, you're hysterical. Mary is a Bhutan. Yeah, she is a Bhutan. And let me tell you something. There's a lot of Bhutans out there. A lot of Bhutans. Now, for you people that are married, I got to tell you that being single like myself, and the single scene is way different now than it was like 20, 30 years ago, especially with people our age. You have no clue no clue really what goes on out there. It's just like it's a free for all. It's a free for all. It really is. You know, I go out, right? I go out. I'll have a couple of drinks. I'll dance a couple of songs. I'll talk to my friends. I'll talk to people that I don't know. You know, and whatever happens, happens. You know, but it's totally different the dating scene now, especially at our age. And I got to tell you that for those of you that are married, people our age, they're worse than the kids. They are worse than the kids. I kid you not. I kid you not. So if you're married, you know, consider yourself lucky. All right. You know, you got a good wife, you got a good husband. The grass is not greener on the other side. What's on the other side is crabgrass. You know, you got a few Marys that are out there, as Patty put it. They are boutons, and they're very easily to identify when you're out. You know, so like I said, consider yourself lucky if you're married. Me personally, to be honest with you, I'd rather be married. You know, I was thrusted into the single life. I'm getting off the topic here, but I was thrusted into the single life, and when I first went out there, I was like, "What the hell is going on out here?" You know, so it was like not a culture shock, but it was shocking. You know, and then after a while, you know, you get used to it. You know. Joe Dell is here. Hey, Joe Dell, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. Good to see you. Well, I see that some of the people in the chat, like Gianni and Patty, agree with me that there are some boutanas out there. Here in Nutley, in the town that I live in, the Friday night happens to be a big thing. You know, we got down further, you know, we have a couple of restaurants and I guess you would say hot spots that I go to all the time. You know, Bella Luce's in Nutley and Meal are two popular places. But Friday night in Nutley, they all come out. They all come out. Down further, you know, because that's like 5-6 blocks from where I live in Nutley. It's like a different. It's like a different world. You know, it really is. So it's a rude awakening. I have to tell you. What do you got? I'm feeling good, Patty. I'm getting stronger every day. They put some medication. They gave me some new medication for my heart, and what they're doing is they're strengthening my heart. Now surgery will probably be in October, but it's, you know, replacing the valve is not major surgery. But I do have AFib, and I could breathe now. But in the beginning, when I went to the hospital, I couldn't breathe. I was gasping for air, and that was because of the AFib, and I didn't know. I thought it was from smoking. So that's rectified. I was on oxygen. I was taking oxygen because I couldn't breathe. That's stopped. So, and I did go to the hospital. Was it last week? I did go to the hospital last week for 2 hours to get hydrated because I'm dehydrated. Now, I used to drink a lot of coffee. I used to drink 6 cups of coffee a day and not drink any water. So I really wasn't doing myself any good. And I was becoming dehydrated. So I'm down from 6 cups to the most I have now is 2. And I do drink a lot of water. And I do feel better because, you know, when you're dehydrated, you get very tired. So, but my legs are still weak. Because I was in the hospital bed for 19 days, and I mentioned this last week, when you're in a hospital bed all day long and you don't get out of bed, that's equivalent to 3 days being in bed. So I was in the hospital bed for 19 days, and so 19 times 3 is like over a month. So again, I couldn't walk. I couldn't stand up. I couldn't walk. I was in a wheelchair, and I was in one of those walkers. Then I went to the rehabilitation center, and I had to learn to walk again by doing leg exercises, going up the stairs, going down the stairs, leg exercises. But my legs are still a little weak. I can't run completely, but I still do the exercises that they gave me when I left the rehabilitation center. I lost weight. I didn't eat for a week in the hospital because the hospital food in Mountainside is absolutely horrible. And then my friends started bringing me food. And then I went to rehabilitation center, and the food was even worse there. But the one thing about the rehabilitation center is it had a beautiful courtyard. So I was outside every day in my wheelchair or in my walker, just enjoying the sun. My appetite. Hi, Steve. How are you? My appetite is good. I just cooked. I cooked before, and I made myself. Some of you may not like this Cajun catfish that I bought from ShopRite, which is really good. You have to try it. Now, years ago, I would never consider eating Cajun catfish at all. But my ex-wife brought it home one day, and she made it, and I thought it was delicious, so I've been making it since then. So I made myself 2 pieces of Cajun catfish and a big salad with tomatoes and radishes and pickled eggplant and garlic olives and you name it, it's in there. So my appetite has been good. My appetite is good. When I was in the hospital, no. Just looking at the food was nasty. One day for breakfast, you know what they brought me in the hospital? They brought me 2 bacon strips about this big in the main plate. That's all they gave me. They must have made a mistake, so I called them up. I said, what is this? All I have here on my plate for breakfast is 2 bacon strips. That's all you have? I said, yeah. I said, you can't expect me to eat that for breakfast. Oh, we're very sorry. We'll bring up the eggs. We must have forgot to bring up the eggs. Yeah, I said, yeah, bring them up. So, I mean, like, they're airheads. Hold on a second. Mary Burke. Oh, do you guys watch Mary Burke? She is some woman, isn't she? She's very smart. That woman can do just about anything. I do watch her occasionally. Something happened on her show last week or maybe 2 weeks ago where, I don't know, something happened with her breast. I didn't see that episode. But man, God bless her. I mean, she works with all kinds of power tools. And hey, that lady does not need a man. Let me tell you, she is really, really independent. Do any of you guys watch her? Yeah, they certainly do, Patty. Mountainside Hospital is horrible. Yeah, I like Mary Burke. She's kind of cute. She's got a nice figure for her. She's got to be in her 50s. I would say she's got to be in her 50s, right? She's not your type, Emmanuel? Okay. All right, that's so, I'm not everybody's type either, Some people like me, some people don't like me. Some people like my show, some people don't like my show. Can't be liked by everybody. Oh, did they actually show that, Gianni? Her overalls popped out? Well, more than that popped out. Did they actually show that? Because she doesn't wear a bra. She never wears a bra. So I'd be curious to know if that was actually caught on camera. And if she did keep that show up, it probably was edited. It would have to be edited. But I like her. I like her. Another show to watch, and I've mentioned this many times, guys. This guy is very, very good. Billy, you back? Billy, I think you left, Bill, and you came back. I haven't seen you in a long time, Bill. Good to see you. Another show that I'm gonna recommend this. You don't have to subscribe to it. I know that Patty subscribed to this. Is Clayton Morris and his wife Redacted. Redacted. R like Ralph. E-D as in dog. A-C-T-E-D. Now, Clayton Morris and Redacted is on at 4:30 on YouTube. Clayton Morris is very, very intelligent. And he is not only a very big real estate investor, he also invests in stocks, but his show he covers the news, but he covers the news in such a way that the other mainstream media news does not cover, leaves out, and just doesn't cover things. So he's very, very thorough as to what's happening in the world. Where he gets his information, I mean, he was a newscaster for 20 years. His information and where he gets it from is phenomenal. So I watch him every day, and I would recommend him to you. I mean, you don't have to subscribe to him. Watch him a couple times, you know. Some of the shows you might not be interested in, but there may be a topic there that he's going to be covering that you may want to watch, you know. And see, Gianni watches him. Clayton Morris is great. I mean, listen, I always say this. I made money with him when he was recommending stocks. He doesn't do that on this show anymore, because he used to have the morning show at 9 o'clock in the morning, and he would cover the news and everything, and then he would go into stocks, and he would recommend stocks that he was buying, and he did in fact buy them. He would tell you about them. He wouldn't tell you to invest in them. He would tell you to do your own due diligence and investigate them, and then if you want to invest in them, you can. Well, I investigated some of the stocks that he was recommending, and in fact, I did invest in them, and I made some money with him. He doesn't do that anymore. But he never said that he was a financial planner or that, you know, he would recommend you to buy them. He wanted you to do your own research on the stock. You know, he would talk about it, and he would buy it himself, and you know, and that's the way it was. But he doesn't do that on his 4:30 show anymore. You know, and listen, I'm thankful to him. That was 3 years ago. So Chroma watches Redacted too. Okay, so a couple of you guys do Redacted. I did recommend him to a couple of people that come into my show, and they like him. He's very thorough. His wife is a cutie pie. I don't remember. You know, I tell you, my brain is going. I watch a show every day. Natalie, that's her name, Natalie. Oh my God, it just came to me. Natalie is his wife. She's very cute, very pretty. Another very intelligent individual. And the show is done very, very professional. You know, he uses like 2-3 cameras. He's got switchers. He's got graphics. So the show is done very, very professionally, and it looks good. So check him out. I mean, you don't have to subscribe to him. Just check him out. I mean, you know, there may be a topic or something that one day that he's talking about you might be interested in. You'll see how thorough he is. You'll see. Octavia? She's not here, is she? Well, it wasn't, Patty, it wasn't inside trading. He would just say, how would he, he would say, this stock is going to, what's happening within, the company may have been coming out with a new kind of product. And so because they were coming out with a new kind of product, he would recommend the stock because of the new product they're going to be coming out that the American public would be interested in. And that would make the stock soar. So if the stock was on the trading right now at $2, it might go up to like $15, once the product is released. So it's really not inside trading, it's just not. It's not inside trading. So, yeah, Newsmax too. I watch Newsmax too. But I prefer Redacted. I do watch Newsmax occasionally. Newsmax is very good. But CNN and all that mainstream media, no. I don't trust them. I don't trust the media. I just don't. They lie. I don't even trust the newspapers. I don't believe anything that I read on the internet. Who the hell knows if it's true or not, You don't know. So I really don't believe stuff that I read on YouTube when I tread very lightly when I'm reading an article on YouTube. Just like all these articles are going around now, how Sylvester Stallone turned down Robert De Niro. What's his name? The one that was in Bodyguard. Kevin Costner turned down doing a movie with Robert De Niro. That's all fake news. That's all fake news. Every day it's a new actor or director that's turning down Robert De Niro to work with because of what he did. So it's just fake news. It's fake news. Me too, Patty. I hate 2, 4, and 7. Me too. I'll tell you one thing. Even though I talked about politics, and I'll just talk about it again very quickly. Robert De Niro, out. I don't care how good of an actor he is, and he is a good actor. All right. I lost all respect for him. All respect. His credibility has shot right down. His personality is off the wall. You know, he hates Trump. He has a personal vendetta against Trump simply because of the hotel casino that he was supposed to open up a couple of years ago got squashed by Trump's people. And so he's got this thing against Trump. He really hates Trump. Actors and actresses should stay out of politics. They think because they're famous and they're actors and actresses that they can get involved in politics. And then they bring it into the Academy Award. They bring it into the Grammy Awards. They bring it into the Music Awards. It was never like that before. Who cares? Who cares? You know? And you know what? To be honest with you, he's only 8% Italian. He's not even a full-blood Italian. He's only 8%. 8%. You know? Okay. He's a guy. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's a good actor. But his new movie that he's got out, everybody's boycotting it, and it's shooting right down the hell. I forgot the name of it. He's washed up. He's 80, how old is he? 80 years old? He can't get roles anymore. How many times are you going to play a gangster or a bad guy? You know? How many times? That's over with. You know? Right, Joe Dell. I agree with you 100%. Keep politics out. Nobody wants to hear that shit. Do you want to hear that? They never used to do that years ago on the Grammy Awards or the Academy Awards. Nobody ever mentioned stuff like that. The world has certainly changed, and we all know, not for the better. Not for the better by no means. I mean, pray to God, and I do, that Trump gets elected, and it's going to take a long time to turn things around. I have to be careful what I say here. We have these immigrants that have come into the country illegally, being flown in, right? Then once they're here, they're dispersed all over the place. Now, don't you think that some of these immigrants have come here to the United States and have a plan? That some of them we know are terrorists, drug addicts, murderers, just coming right into our country? And what do they get? They get money from us right away. They get food, they get lodging, they get clothing. They're allowed to roam around free. But yet here, the American citizen has to wait 2 to 3 months, I believe it is, for Social Security disability to be approved. I could be wrong on that, but I know it's a very long time. It's not right away. We're American citizens, and we can't get that right away. Or we have to make a certain amount of money to get food stamps, right? Or we have Medicare taken out of our Social Security. When we paid Medicare every single week in our pay, they've taken out Medicare. But yet when it's time to retire, they take it out again, $185. You took it out all these years. Why do you have to take it out again? Social Security. I didn't find this out until my mother passed away. She worked all her life, didn't even get a chance to collect Social Security because she didn't retire and passed away. And when I called Social Security, they said, "Oh no, Mr. Mucci, you're not entitled to her benefits. That goes back into Social Security." So all those years that she worked, that they took money out of her pay, her children don't get that. It goes back to the state. That was a rude. That was like 25 years ago. That was a rude awakening for me. I was really, really upset when I found that out. My poor mother, may she rest in peace, she worked all those years, wasn't allowed to collect Social Security, and her children to get nothing. But yet these immigrants can come over. And you know why Biden is doing this? Because they're going to become citizens and they're going to vote for him because they're going to say, oh, look, President Biden is giving us money, giving us clothes, giving us food and lodging. So they're going to naturally go and lean toward him because of all the things that they're getting. Make sense? Yes, absolutely. But he still is not going to win. He's not going to win. Yeah, Emmanuel, okay. You're talking about Robert De Niro. He could speak Italian very well. Okay, so I know people who are Spanish who could speak Italian very well. Do Google him up and Google up his nationality and see what percentage he is Italian. He's only 8% Italian. Yeah, I know he can speak Italian, and I know he could speak Italian fluently. But that really doesn't mean anything if you're, I don't know if you, the point that you're trying to make. Yeah. Well, you know, Patty, you're right. In the earlier days, he played the Deer Hunter, which wasn't a mobster. He played, what's that other movie? He played a couple movies where he wasn't a mobster, but most of his movies were mobsters. You know, like I said, I mean, he's a very good actor, but I just to watch him now, it really disturbs me. It really disturbs me. Hey, listen, those protesters, the Trump protesters, they gave it right back to him. They told him, "F you, your movies suck. You know, you're washed up." So they gave it right back to him. And what does he do? He turns around and says, "F you" to them. So, you know, yes, he's mostly Irish. All right. So that's it for tonight's show. I mean, like I said last week, I'm going to be doing a show every Sunday, God willing. You know, I'm feeling better now. I'm going to try to be consistent, which you guys all know I haven't been, but that's only because of health issues. And I said this last week in last week's show that I wasn't going to come on and, you know, feeling as bad as I did and bring everybody down. You know, I wasn't upbeat. You know, I just couldn't do it. So I will be consistent every Sunday night and maybe once in a while during the week. It depends. Once in a week, I'll throw a show in there, here and there. But I am going to be committed to Sunday nights, you know, and I'm going to talk about topics that that deal with everyday life, you know. You know what I'm saying? Listen, guys, I enjoyed you very much. And let me tell you something. I mentioned this last week. When I wasn't doing shows, I really did miss not doing the shows. And I missed the listeners. You know, I have all great listeners. And I did miss it. And when you enjoy doing something that's fun, and then suddenly it's taken away from you through no fault of your own, you do miss it. You do miss it. I mean, that's me. I mean, I don't know if every show host, content creator feels that, you know. I don't. I always say that when it's not fun, it's time to be done, you know. So this kind of thing, you know, I've been doing for a long time, and I enjoy it. And you do. I did miss it, you know. So it feels good to be back on a Sunday night. And next week I'll do the current events. The current events will be in the beginning of the show, and then I'll go into the show. I'm going to change things around a bit. So everybody, I want to thank you all so much for enjoying me. I hope that this song that I played, that YouTube is not going to put out the... wait, do I have a song? I don't even have a song. All right, I thought I did, but I don't. Or maybe I could play this one. I don't know. But anyway, everybody have a great weekend. Stay safe. Hopefully, wherever you are, the weather will be nice. Enjoy the weather. And I will see you on next week's Sunday show. Stay well, everybody. Good night.